Hey, welcome here. I'm glad you're here today in this space. My name is McCall, and we're going to go through a little bit of movement. So today for our practice, it really is a practice centered on just being present with yourself, being present in the body, observing the sensations we feel, and also giving us an opportunity to rest and to take this time just to kind of settle into our body and notice any thoughts or feelings that kind of arise along the way. So, with this practice today, at the end, you're more than welcome to spend a longer amount of time in Shavasana, or which is a moment of rest. Or if you feel free, at the end you want to go into that Shavasana, and then maybe you kind of transition into a little bit of journaling and just kind of reflect on your practice. I think that's always a great opportunity to just kind of let out maybe what you noticed in practice, if anything came to mind, how we felt. Just a nice little journaling session afterwards, I think, is always helpful to help to declutter the mind. So if you're ready to get a little bit of movement in, we will be down on the floor. So we'll go through some poses where we settle in for a few minutes at a time. So if something isn't serving you today, allow yourself to opt out of it. Give yourself permission to choose a pose that just feels better in your body then. I have some blocks handy. So I'll use blocks sometimes in my practice just to bring the floor a little bit closer or to help support me in that pose. And sometimes it feels really good to use the blocks. So you'll see these blocks with me today. But let's come down to our mat and let's lay completely flat on our back. If that's a position that isn't okay for you to start off with, choose something else, whether that is starting in that easy pose or whether that is doing some legs up the wall or just laying on your side or your belly. But you get to choose your starting point if starting here on your back in the corpse pose isn't for you yet. Now, as you find yourself in that grounding position, taking a moment here just to scan through the body, take note of how we're physically showing up. Observing any areas where we might be holding on to tension. Acknowledging our state of being here as well. Are mentally showing up, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And setting an intention here. How do you hope to feel after this practice today? What do you hope to gain from this practice? Just acknowledging the breath here. Noticing the expansion of our rib cage. The expansion of our belly. The rise and the fall of our chest. We'll take our hands and maybe rest them gently to our belly. letting our breath get a little deeper. And we'll transition into a relaxed sigh, where we'll be taking a nice big inhale through the nose, and then we'll be sighing it out through the mouth. Taking a nice big inhale through the nose, sighing it out. Taking a nice big inhale through the nose, sighing it out. Continue on with this relaxed sigh. Allowing yourself to go through 2 more relaxed sighs. And returning back to your normal breathing. Observing our state of being here. And bringing that energy and awareness back to the physical body, wiggling our fingertips and our toes. Maybe gently allowing the body to sway or to move. And then if you're in that corpse pose, maybe gently walking the feet in, coming to that reclined bridge. And if you're in a position where you're still laying down, maybe gently rolling to your right side, nice and slow. And then slowly allowing ourselves to raise up from here, coming to an easy pose. Now, as we come to that easy pose, we're going to take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, lower the right hand down towards the ground, left hand reaches over the top to give a high five to the floor. As you inhale, bring it back to the center. As you exhale, left hand lowers down towards the mat. Right hand reaches over the top to give a high five to the floor. Choose where your gaze goes. Whether it's down towards the floor, towards me, or to the inner of that right arm. As you inhale, bring it back to the center. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, lower the arms down towards the earth beneath you. Maybe just walking the hands out as far as what feels comfortable. Arms can be upright or they can lower down towards the mat or down towards the ground, lowering to forearms. Our heart can melt towards our thighs. If you feel a little tight today and that's uncomfortable, place a block underneath your heart, in between the heart and the thighs, or you can place a block underneath your forehead, allowing the forehead to rest to a block here. As you inhale, walk the hands in nice and slow. Take a nice big inhale, circle the arms up to sky. As you exhale, let the right hand float down to the mat. Left hand reaches over top. Give high five to floor. As you inhale, bring the arms back to center. As you exhale, left hand floats down to ground. Right hand reaches over top. As you inhale, bring the arms back to center. As you exhale, hinge from hips, lower the arms down towards the ground beneath you. As you inhale, slowly release, walking the hands in. Take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up to sky. As you exhale, right hand floats down to mat. Left hand reaches over top to give high five to floor. As you inhale, bring the arms back to sky. As you exhale, left hand lowers down, right hand reaches over top. As you inhale, bring arms back to sky. As you exhale, hinge from hips once more. Lower the arms down towards the ground. As you inhale, slowly release. Walk the hands in nice and slow. Hands return to thighs. As you exhale, round the shoulders, tuck chin to chest. As you inhale, bring heart and gaze forward. As you exhale, round the shoulders, chin to chest. As you inhale, bring heart and gaze forward. As you exhale, round the shoulders, chin to chest. As you inhale, raise forward. Coming back to that neutral position here. Take a nice big inhale, circle arms to sky. As you exhale, seated twist to your right. Left hand to the right thigh. Right hand can plant towards the mat. Nice tall posture. Gaze can look to the right or over your right shoulder. As you inhale, slowly release the arms back to center. As you exhale, seated twist to your left, right hand to left thigh. Left hand can plant to mat. Gaze can look to left or over the left shoulder. As you inhale, slowly release. Allow the hands to return to center. As you exhale, lower them down. Now from here, if you need just a little bit more movement along the shoulders, the neck, the upper body, feel free to do whatever you might need to here. We're going to settle down towards our mat. So we're going to come to our back and we're going to see that bound angle where we're going to utilize our blocks. You don't need to utilize blocks, but here I will be. So we're going to be bringing the heels and toes in to meet. So imagine that butterfly. The heels and toes get to meet at center. And then we're going to go ahead and lower down towards the mat. Okay, now as you lower down towards the mat, a block can slide underneath those outer thighs to help kind of provide support. Our hand placement can be facing onto our bellies. It can be along our heart. It can be out towards the sides. You get to choose what serves you, what feels the best. Well, take a moment here just to settle into the body, into the breath. Breathing deeply. Allowing any thoughts you have just to flow on by. And on the next inhale, we'll get to slowly release, allowing the knees to come in to meet. Maybe we bring it into that reclined bridge. And then we can allow that stance to be as wide as our mat. Still in that reclined bridge, let the knees cave in towards the midline. As you inhale, slowly release. And let's take the knees into our chest, wrapping our hands around those shins. Maybe we kind of slightly rock side to side, massaging out the low back, the spine. And then gently rolling towards your side. Nice and slow. Once rolling to slide, let your head be the last thing to raise up, nice and slow. And we're going to come to tabletop. Now, however it feels best to get there, we're going to stack our shoulders over our elbows and our wrists and our hips over our knees. And then we're going to tuck the toes under here. And then on your exhale, we're going to lift the hips into down dog. Now we won't stay in down dog long, but maybe taking a moment to notice where you feel those sensations here. And then as you inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. As you exhale, take it to pigeon. Right knee to your right wrist. Our left leg can go long, and we can stay upright, or we can lower down to our forearms. Or if you have a block, you can always place a block underneath your forehead. You can place a block underneath your palms, your forearms, if you just need to bring the floor a little closer, a little higher to you. Okay. Other options are to lower the heart all the way down to your mat. As you inhale, slowly release. We're going to lift the left leg up. We'll raise to palms. If we were on our forearms or blocks, come into down dog. Maybe walk it out, pedaling it out. And then take a nice big inhale with the left leg to the sky as you exhale. Pigeon. Left knee to your left wrist. Right leg can go long. We can lower down towards our forearms. We can use those blocks. We can lower our heart down. We can even place a block underneath that left hip if we feel like the hip is kind of creeping up and we're shifting our weight to one side more than the other. As you inhale, slowly raise to those palms. Now it's going to change here. Go ahead and shift your weight to your left hip. Swoop your legs all the way around in front of you. So your legs are nice and long. Take a nice big inhale. Lift arms to sky. As you exhale, seated forward fold. Let the heart melt down towards those thighs. As you inhale, slowly release, allowing ourselves to raise up nice and slow. And let's lower back down to the mat where we're going to take a block underneath each leg. So we'll place it underneath the knees. If you don't have a block, that's okay. And then you're just going to lower down towards the ground. So we come back to a basic relaxation pose here. Letting the body settle into the mat. And here's where we get to go into that Shavasana. And you'll be able to kind of take yourself through as long as you need. Allowing yourself to maybe close the eyes and to scan back through the body, taking note of how it feels physically, mentally, energetically. And allowing yourself to arrive with the breath. Coming back to those relaxed sighs. Maybe you guide the hands to the abdomen. And we take a nice big inhale through the nose. And we sigh it out. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. And sigh it out. Allow yourself to continue through on your own here. Going through 2 more. And then returning back to your normal breathing. And taking this moment to rest. Rest as long as you need to. And when you feel ready to ease out of your pose, bringing back whatever movement serves you. And then just taking that time, maybe to meditate, to journal, but continue to rest here. I'll see you again, my friend.